Yo guys, what is going on? Tenny here and welcome back to another Minecraft video, and today I am going to be talking about some of the objections I had to my Reach video and explaining a lot of stuff that I didn't really go into last time. So, I'm here back on my server again with my alt tribals, and I have this really cool mod made by Lemon, which basically draws circles around the player that shows you your reach distance, and I can show you this right now. If you actually go into creative mode, the circle doubles in size, because in creative mode, as you saw from the screenshot of the reach in the previous video, the creative mode reach is 6 blocks, while the survival mode reach is 3 blocks. Now, a lot of people were wondering about the way that my last video calculated the reach on the diagonals, and a lot of people were saying that, for example, I was actually counting 2 blocks instead of 3. Now, first of all, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 blocks. It's not the inside of the block, it's the block itself, because the blocks that we're standing on count for the reach distance. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing is that this corner block counts for the reach as well. Alright, third thing, someone mentioned something that was actually extremely smart, that they mentioned this. And they mentioned that you don't need the Pythagorean theorem because it's an equilateral triangle. Because if you guys don't know what that is, if you're like living in like Zimbabwe, then you don't know what this is. But an equilateral triangle is a triangle with 3 sides that are equal. So for example, 3 by 3 by 3 on the diagonal. Now this is actually 3 blocks, surprisingly. 1, 2, 3. This is 3 blocks. And you can see that this is a little off because the circle isn't perfect. It's nothing to do with the reach, but the reach distance is 3 by 3. So, and it's not 2.8. Once again, this circle is off. It's not exact. It's like 0.03 blocks off, you can see, because a pixel is 0.1 blocks. So, okay, so I want to clarify something. This mod shows my reach distance and not the opponent's reach distance. So, you can see that the corner blocks are pretty much completely inside of the range and outside. So if you're actually going to be counting the way that these people are counting, it's 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, and you can't reach out here. You just can't. There's no way. There's no possible way, unless you're hacking, to reach out here. Now, the last thing that I heard a lot of things that I heard people saying, and this is just stuff that's coming off the top of my head because this is what I've been reading in the comments section. I try to reply to a bunch of them, but what I did hear people saying once again, this is the last thing before I actually go through the comment section, showcase what people are saying, and then go over it one by one, is that so the equilateral triangle. So if you did not know, a person's hitbox is a square, and if you take a square and scale it up inside a circle, the edges of the square will hit the edges of the circle before the faces will. So you actually get more reach while looking at the corners of the hitbox than the faces. So essentially, if you press F3B and then focus on the corners all the time, you actually can get more reach because it's a shorter distance. Because the hitbox comes out to you farther than the sides do. Now, this is crucial because if you combine this with like looking at their head, you can maximize the reach distance you get in Minecraft. You can get consistent 3 block hits minus latency, which will be the next video. I promise, guys, next video, you will be able to get consistent 3 block hits on your opponent whenever you want. Now, sorry about that Skype message, Suddens. So this is a really good way to demonstrate the height thing. So I'm just going to do this really quickly before I get into the comment section. So I think it's right around here. And then look up. Nope, got to go a little farther, closer. A little farther. There we go. See that right there? I just clicked on his chest and clicked on his head, and I could get it. And once again, the sides, you can actually reach farther, the corners. Now, it's not farther, like, it's not, like, more than 3, I mean, it is... It's shorter. So like this is 2 blocks, right, to like the edge, but it's like because it sticks out to you, you can technically reach farther. So it's exactly 3 blocks, I believe, in the corners and at the head. Anything below, so for example, if you're like looking at like if you're in here, you can go like right here and not be able to hit the feet on the side. And then if you go right over here, you can hit the feet on the side because it's the corner. And another really interesting thing is that you can actually, when you move your character around, the hitbox doesn't change position. I should really say that this is not actually hitboxes, obviously, because a lot of people know that. But yeah, so the hitbox will always be facing southeast. So if I run around like this, the corner of the hitbox is still southeast, right? If I turn this way, the corner of the hitbox is still southeast. So it's very interesting that the fact that no matter where you turn, your corners of your hitbox don't turn with the player model. And I think that they should. I think that when a player turns, their hitbox will change. So that will make strafing a lot more effective, and it will basically make straight lining practically unnecessary, because if someone's turning so fast that like the person can't keep up with them, and they just keep their cursor on their thing, and like the other guy's moving so fast that like his hitbox is changing all around, you can't get the same reach all the time. But like if you're really good at aiming, then you'll be able to get reach. So that's kind of my suggestion. I think like if there's a way to do that, I think the server should do it. So now I'm going to go through the comments and try to respond to as many as I can. All right, so let's pull it up right here. Let's see what's here. Okay, there's different reach in single player and multiplayer. I actually just tested this literally 1 minute ago. So this mod also works on mobs, and here's a mob. I put it in here. 1, 2, 3. This is 3 blocks. So it's actually the exact same reach as single player. Sorry, multiplayer. So single player's reach is the same as multiplayer. So next comment was, it is actually 3.61. No, it is actually 3 if you watch this video. It says it right here that it's 3, and it's 6 if it's in creative. Okios actually responded to my video, and Oculus, sorry. But he said he was kind of cool, so I kind of like said he's like awesome, and like, yeah. So actually, I'm not gonna lie, he didn't fuck up too badly, so I did change the title of the video to correcting Okios. Why did you count the block you were standing on, but not the block that your ult was standing on? That is because, let me log back. Log back onto the next the server really quickly. That is because that the block that the person is standing on actually counts. It's actually, I didn't actually count. Maybe I miscounted, but essentially the block you're standing on doesn't count, but the block they're standing on does count. You can see otherwise, if the block that they were standing on didn't count, then you'd be able to go inside them and not be able to hit them. So yeah, that's that. So maybe I miscounted, I'm not sure. Don't want to. Okay, what the fuck tribals moved? Okay, so I saw this. I don't understand. Probably something to do with like some that's what I've noticed. So if I go on, for example, 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it's lagging. I can't really see what that is, but I did see that. This is math for 11-year-olds. STFU about this being complicated. Okay, well, if you haven't been in a trig class, obviously, which most of the time I'm taking it in 11th grade, most people take it in 12th grade. So I'm just saying, like, it's like, I don't know what this kid's saying. He was standing 2 by 2 by 3 by 3 away. Already done. 10 low key using vape. Okay. Excuse me. Making a pixelated block game more complicated one step at a time. Great. What the fuck is this? Okay. OMFG, you're so stupid. Minecraft multiplayer reaches 5.5 blocks and single player is 3.5 blocks. I just showed it. It's 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. Okay. By 1, 2, 3. Once again, the circle isn't perfect. It's 0.03 blocks less. So I just showed it in single player. It's 3 blocks in single player, 3 blocks in multiplayer. You can get more reach by looking at the head and the corners of the hitbox. I don't understand. Okay. First off, I want to say you can't calculate reach like that Okios guy did. Oh my god, how do you pronounce his name? Oculus. Like Oculus guy did. Since there was a way to hit way more to it than just looking at the locations of the players, like ping. Okay, this is true. So, however, when you also make some mistakes in this video. Both players are standing in the middle of the box, which means you had made a mistake counting the sides of the triangle. You counted 3 on both sides, but you should have only counted 2 in a 45-degree right angle with side length 2. The last side is 2.8. Now, the thing is that okay, so this is what I explained a bit earlier. You can see right here. This is not, I mean, I don't think this is 2.8 blocks. Like if I stand in the middle of the block, people are saying the hitbox counts, but I mean it does, but it's from the hip. This range is from the hitbox to your vector that comes out of your head. So this is actually 3 blocks exactly, or a little less. It's actually supposed to go up to here. So I don't know what that guy's talking about. If someone could please clarify about that, because I'm showing it right now. It's literally this is a 3 block distance, because the block he's standing on counts as 1, 2, 3. It should go out here, but yeah. 3 reach is only for players. No, it's actually for mobs too. It's 4.3 in single player. I showed that in the beginning of the video. Yeah, I do. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Calculating the reach distance. Shut your fucking nerdy ass up, nigga. Okay, let's just take a look really quickly. I guarantee he's sub to Stimpy. No, he's not sub to Stimpy, but he's a little. Stand PL. Finally, someone intelligent in the comments. Okay. Okay. These calculations are pretty irrelevant in my any PvP. Okay, so Duelist is actually correct on here. Once again, this is like with low latency or like below 50 ms. I can vouch since I make cheats. Yeah, I don't know how that's skidding if you use get distance. What? Maybe it is. I don't know. Some dev can correct me. Neon, please correct me. Get a life. You play 24/7 at Minecraft. Kill yourself if you are no life. What the fuck? These are like alts, I think, that people that have banned. King Hakakakaka. I feel bad for how stupid you and Yukios are in both cases. Everyone seems to forget that there are 4 factors you need to consider in the Okios video. The hacker is paying the okay, blah blah blah. Yeah, so I don't know what he's not really saying anything. That's debunking me, he's just like debunking that guy. So I don't know what he's talking about. I was gonna call it someone who's okay, blah blah blah. Yes, this is literally probably gonna be next week. Okay, I promise. If it's not next week, it's the week after. You don't count the block you're standing on for the diagonal, so it's still less than 3. Okay. I already demonstrated this, but once again, I know that. Okay, so you count the block that you're standing on if you're in the reach distance. If you're outside the reach distance, you don't count the block you're standing on. It's very simple. Okay, so and obviously the block he's standing on also counts. It's like, what in the world? What is this? Oh God, I don't even want to know what that is. That was a 2x2, not a 3x3. It was a 2x2. The hypotenuse is 2.2, which means it's almost 3, which don't make sense. No, I mean, possibly, maybe it's 2.8 because the corners, but like, that doesn't make any sense to me, so it's still 3. Nice old channel, okay. W taps gives you extended reach, not true. Extra hits, not true. As a cheater myself, when I tick up to 5 block reach, my mod friend said I was getting 6 to 7 blocks while W tapping with reach. Obviously, how you affects the reach. Nope. Actually, to the server, it's 3.37 blocks without any angle. While at an angle, it's to the server 3.52 blocks. No, actually, there's no server sided reach. You actually can't do that. It's actually only client side. Essentially, let me pull this up. Demystifying reach. Okay, so here's Cryptkeeper's post. He talks about this. So essentially, the now this is actually 3 right here. This value, because he actually got corrected by me in a post and he changed it. But this link in the description. This is a very, very in-depth post about latency. And essentially, when you swing, you set an attack packet, and then the server will check if you're within 3 blocks, and if you're lagging, it's like within 6 blocks, and then it'll return the attack. So yeah, this is a really good graph, and this is actually really in-depth. So, excuse me, again, this guy's the guy with the equilateral triangle, really smart. You want on the exact edge of the block, hence the distance is not actually being 3x3 or 4.24. You're calculating the hypotenuse of both legs, full distance. You aren't standing on the farthest point of the block. If you were to stand directly in the middle of both players, you're 2.8 blocks away diagonally, 1 full block, 0.5 blocks for how far back you are, and 0.5 blocks for how far the other player is. And that would make it the 2 legs be 2 squared plus 8. This hypotenuse squared of 8 is. I remember seeing this. Yeah, so this is what it is. It was like the inside of the box. Now, this is 3 blocks because it's like a 3-block radius. It's not 2.8 because 1 block, 2 block, 3 block. I mean, you're technically on the 3rd block, so like when it's 2.8, you're on the 3rd block, so it doesn't really matter. Same thing. I thought it was 2.5 blocks. Nope. So it's just like a radius. Yeah, it is. It is a radius, actually. Let's see. Okay, this is the exact same freaking thing. If it's 2.5, you're on the 3rd block, so it doesn't matter. Look at what shape the hitbox is. Square, hit the edge. Yeah, that's true. Are you fucking retarded? At 228, you counted 2 legit blocks. Oh my god, it's not. It's 3 blocks. It's literally 3 blocks. Look, I counted. Look, okay, this is what I did. Okay, standing on 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so inside here, you can hit 4 by 2. All right, let's do it again, guys, folks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now, okay, so that's a corner block. You can't even get more than half the, or you can get a little bit more than half the block in. Now let's see what the diagonal reach distance is, like he said. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 by 3, not 2 by 2. Alright. Nope, block hitting does not increase your range. Nope, not 3.5. It's actually 3. Nope, 3. Nope, 3. Nope, 3. Nope. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.